Sometimes life brings you to a place where you never expected to be, a place that felt like a fresh start, a new chapter, a new version of you, and then suddenly life turns around and pulls you back to where you began. Not because you failed, but because the journey is not finished yet. Today I'm packing my things, I'm leaving this place behind, and even though I'm trying to stay strong, it hurts. This apartment wasn't just an apartment, it was a hope. It was a promise I made to myself. I told myself this time things would be different, this time I would grow, I would build, I would move forward, but life had other plans. Sometimes we go through things we don't talk about, pain we carry silently, loss we don't know how to explain, and the world continues moving like nothing happened while you're standing there trying to stay together. But here I am, doing what I never imagined I'd have to do again. Packing to start over. It's strange how objects can hold memories. You look at a shelf and remember the day you decorated it. You look at a corner and remember the conversations you had there. You look at the door and remember the first time you walked in, excited, nervous, proud. And now, everything is being taken apart piece by piece, box by box. Sometimes starting over feels like punishment. But today I'm trying to look at it differently. I'm trying to see it as a new beginning, even if it wasn't the one I wanted. I want to be honest, this is hard, mentally, emotionally, even physically. But life doesn't always give us the luxury of choosing the easy path. Sometimes it forces us to choose the necessary path, and the one we need in order to heal, to rebuild, to become stronger again. And the truth is, you never know how strong you are until being strong is the only thing you can be. And you know what? In moments like these, you learn who really stands by you. I'm grateful, so grateful that my brother is here with me, helping me pack, helping me stay calm, helping me carry not just the boxes, but the weight I've been holding inside. Sometimes all you need is one person who sees your pain without you having to say a word. And God knows I needed that. Walking through this place one last time feels unreal. It's like I'm saying goodbye not just to walls and furniture, but to a version of myself that lived here. The version that tried, the version that hoped, the version that believed the struggle was finally over. But maybe this isn't the end of her. Maybe she's just evolving. Maybe she's learning resilience in a way she never did before. Because endings are not always failures. Sometimes they're redirections. As I close the last box, I feel two things at the same time: sadness and relief. Sadness because I wanted this to work. Relief because I know I'm going back to where I'm safe, to my family, to my support system, to the place where I can breathe again. Healing doesn't happen when everything is perfect. Healing happens when you choose yourself, even when life pushes you to your knees. Goodbyes are strange. You think you're saying goodbye to a place, but really you're saying goodbye to a chapter of your life. And I'm proud of myself, not because everything went right, but because even when things went wrong, I didn't give up on me. Life knocked me down, yes, but I'm still here, I'm still standing, I'm still fighting, and that means something. As I step outside for the last time, I remind myself, every setback is temporary. Every closed door leads somewhere else. Every detour has a purpose, even when you can't see it yet. Maybe this move isn't a step backward, maybe it's a step towards something that's waiting for me, something bigger, something better, something I'm meant for. And maybe going back home is not a defeat, maybe it's a reset, a chance to rebuild with more wisdom, more maturity, more strength. As we drive away, the city looks different, not because it changed, but because I changed. I'm taking the pain with me, yes, but I'm also taking the lessons, the growth, the clarity that came from everything I lived through here. Life is not always what you expect, but it always gives you what you need to become who you're meant to be. And maybe, just maybe, this chapter needed to end so a better one can begin. So here's what I'm telling myself. This is not the end of my story. This is not failure. This is not defeat. This is transition, this is healing, this is growth in disguise. And if you're watching this, going through something heavy, something that feels like the world is collapsing on you, I want you to remember this. You can start over, you can rebuild, you can rise again. It's okay to go back home. It's okay to take a step back. It's okay to stop, breathe, and begin again. Because starting over doesn't mean you lost. And starting over means you're brave enough to continue. And that's exactly what I'm doing. Moving forward by going back home, choosing peace over pressure, choosing healing over hiding, choosing myself, even when it hurts. This is not the end. This is just the beginning and end of a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of me. And one day I'll look back at this moment and say, thank God I didn't give up. Life has a way of reminding us that healing isn't a straight line. It's messy, it's slow, it's confusing, and sometimes it forces you to stop. Even when you feel like you should keep going, but maybe stopping is exactly what you need. As I sit here away from the noise, away from the stress, away from everything that overwhelmed me, I finally have a moment to breathe, a moment to feel, a moment to be honest with myself. The truth is, I've been carrying so much for so long that I forgot what it felt like to just exist without pressure, to wake up without fear, to feel something other than survival mode. And moving out, even though it hurt, was the first step toward remembering who I am again. Sometimes life forces you to let go of what you wanted, to protect you from what you weren't ready for, or to guide you to where you actually belong. And maybe this is where I belong right now. When I'm surrounded by the people who love me, in a space where I can rebuild, where I can breathe again without pretending I'm okay. Because pretending gets heavy. Smiling gets heavy. Holding everything in gets heavy, but healing starts the moment you finally say, I can't do this alone anymore, and I don't have to. There's nothing weak about starting over. There's nothing embarrassing about going back home. There's nothing wrong with needing support. In fact, it's one of the bravest things you can do, and so to admit to yourself that you deserve softness, care, and understanding. I've spent so long trying to be strong that I forgot strength also looks like asking for help. It looks like taking a break. It looks like slowing down. It looks like saying, I need time.
And that's what this chapter is for me. Time, healing, recovery, rediscovering the parts of me I abandoned while trying to handle everything alone. The road back home wasn't just a physical thing. It was emotional. It was spiritual. It was a reminder that life pulls you back sometimes, not to punish you, but to realign you, to put you exactly where you need to be. As we drove, I kept thinking about everything I survived this past year, the losses, the setbacks, the nights no one knew I was struggling, the days I pushed through when my mental health was at its lowest.
And still, here I am, still breathing, still walking, still trying, still fighting for a version of myself that feels peaceful again. And that's something worth being proud of. Healing is slow. It doesn't show up suddenly like sunlight breaking through the clouds. It's quiet. It's steady. It's a small shift in your heart that whispers, I'm going to be okay, and even if I'm not fully okay yet, I'm on my way. The closer I got to home, the lighter I started to feel, like God was telling me, you're not going backwards, you're going where you're safe. And sometimes that's all you need, a safe place to fall apart so you can learn how to put yourself back together again. When I finally walked into my family's home, I felt something I haven't felt in a long time. Comfort, warmth, belonging. There's a healing that comes from being around people who love you genuinely, people who don't judge you, people who don't ask for explanations, people who just want to see you smile again. And I needed that, more than I even realized. I'm slowly learning that rest is not a reward, it's a necessity. Peace is not something you chase. It's something you create, and healing is not something you force, and it's something you allow. So if you're watching this and you're going through a chapter that feels like everything is falling apart, I want you to breathe. Just breathe. Your story isn't over. Your journey isn't done. Your comeback hasn't even started yet. Sometimes God takes everything out of your hands so he can place the right things into them. Sometimes he closes doors you were trying so hard to keep open. Not because you're unworthy, but because you deserve better than what you were settling for. And maybe that's what this move represents. A chance to reset, a chance to realign, a chance to rebuild from a place of truth instead of pressure. I know healing is not glamorous, it's not pretty, it's not aesthetic, it's messy and uncomfortable and painful, but it's also powerful, it's brave, it's necessary, and it changes you from the inside out. So I'm allowing myself to heal, to rest, to slow down, to feel everything I tried to ignore. I'm giving myself permission to be human again, to cry when I need to start over when I have to choose peace even when people don't understand, because this journey, it's mine. And I don't owe explanations for choosing what's best for my mental health. And before I end this second part of the video, I want to say this again from the deepest part of my heart. Thank you for all your support. Thank you for being here through my journey, through my struggles, through my mental health recovery. There are not enough words to express how much I appreciate you. Your presence means more to me than you will ever know, so enjoy the music, keep watching, and stay with me as I continue to be impacted and make you right. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Please don't hesitate to call. You always touch my heart, and I love you all.
Please won't you come over, let me get to know ya. Hey, nah, 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 nah. Delve into emotion, leave us in this moment. Yeah.
There is only one of you, only one of me. There's a million of those who won't let us be. But they're not gonna see me bleed. Cause baby I got you. I've been beaten to the ground, dragged across the dirt. I've been scared to live cause some people never learn. But they're not gonna watch me burn. Cause baby I got you.
it's so hard to breathe. Cause when you get too close, I lose my way and I freeze. I wish you knew